I want to go through some of the feedback that I received for both the Best Education course and also the real-time trade alerts. So I understand that there's a lot of competition out there, and you as a customer, you're not sure who to trust and who to rely upon. I can tell you with absolute certainty that almost every single one of, I actually believe that every single one of these fake gurus who teach you how to day trade, I believe that all of them are frauds. Now, in the future, you're going to see me come out with a lot more aggressive material. There's going to be some class action lawsuits against some of these guys. We have tons of information about them engaging in fraud. I'm not going to name them in particular, and part of the reason why I've been less aggressive in coming out with attacking videos is that I'm currently engaged in some litigation. But the point is that the future for these guys is going to be extremely difficult. There's going to be some class action lawsuits, and they're going to be referred to the FBI for investigation. The only way that the retail traders can actually earn money, in my opinion, is either from buy and hold, in which case you're going to subject yourself to earning anywhere from about 5 to 7% a year. Additionally, you can learn how to sell option premium. Now, when you sell option premium, you can be successful 95% of your time. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to make money, because if you trade too large and you trade too many contracts and you get greedy, then it doesn't matter if you're successful 95% of the time and you win 95% of your trades, because the 5% of the trades that you lose money are going to end up overwhelming the 95% of the trades that you made money. So if you traded 20 contracts when you should have only traded 2, and then you have a situation like December of 2018 roll around, then you can end up losing like 1 or 2 years of profits. Even myself, I lost a few months worth of profits. I made a lot of it back in January when volatility contracted. But you have to really learn the best way and the best strategy, and you also have to be disciplined. Now, I know that nobody wants to spend extra money. I get a lot of emails from people. This is just a drop in the bucket regarding the positive feedback that I received. I work really hard to exceed the expectations of all of my students. And I know that some people, they say, oh, I'm making 2 or 3% every single month, and I don't want to spend money and invest in myself and learn. There's not really that much you can teach me. If you feel that way, then hey, no problem. You can do it yourself. I know for a fact that you are costing yourself a substantial amount of money if you're trading options and you're not a student of mine. I know for a fact because you are not maximizing your earnings, and you're also making mistakes and making bad trades that I would not make. So by not being an alerts member, you are not optimizing your new order entry, and you're not getting the optimal, you're not selling and receiving the optimal amount of premium. And you're also making trades and being too aggressive and making mistakes. So you're leaving a lot of money out on the table. But I want to get to some of the testimonials from existing and former students. We have Nick, who's a current student. He said, I've been trading on and off for 6 years. He took option alpha, but it's obvious significant time was spent in the production and marketing. Once Kirk starts discussing his strategy, I have my reservations. So he found me by looking up option alpha scam. Then he mentions Jason Bond and Tim Sykes. Let's see. He believes that he makes the majority of his money through subscription revenue. I mean, I make money off subscription revenue as well, but I think the big difference is intent, where my job is to exceed all of my students' expectations and to provide the maximum value, which is why my customer satisfaction rate is so high. And unlike other people, which again, I'm going to expose them in a few months because we have so much information on that stuff, my feedback is actually legitimate. So he mentions, honestly, I don't really. He calls Kirk a scam artist. I know that Kirk has been involved in some shady things, like when he didn't provide the interview to the girl, and I ended up getting her a $2,000 discount to Mandy. I wouldn't say that Kirk is nearly as bad as some other people that I've come across. I don't believe his strategy makes money, but I do think it's a little bit. I don't necessarily believe I'm in full agreement that he's a scam artist. So then he actually took my course, and then he said, your videos and calls focus on quality of content, not packaging, which is true. My approach works. Then he says the text messaging service, because he's also an alerts member, he says it's immensely useful. Just signed up for it the other day, and you actually provide rationale as to why you're doing a trade. I plan on following you for 2 months. Segmented approach. I send out video or call every day. Yeah, I work really hard to focus and help my students out because I care about them tremendously and I want them to make money. His con, which is actually a benefit, he says that I could charge $4,500 for my education program. He thinks that it's too undervalued. All right, I mean, maybe I'll increase the price. I actually just did increase the price, so I don't think I'm going to increase the price for another few months. So Roger says, your course is great. At first I was wondering about the real value of the calls and I wanted to have real trade examples, but now I get it. I understood the process and I learned a lot during the last 6 days with your material. Next week I'll begin to implement your strategy. He uses interactive brokers, which is what a lot of my international students use. He works in a small asset management company in Switzerland, so he's happy. Mike with the education course, I learned the basics. Your course has given me what I was lacking in terms of strategy. I'm very clear what my options trading strategy is now. Your course covers the basics too, but personally I found the most value in explaining your strategy and the thought process behind making trades. The videos of you walking through your watch list and explaining when you would place a trade for each security was awesome. I also sent in a few email questions and you were extremely quick in responding. Yeah, I am very quick because I want to help out my students and I want to exceed, and I do exceed all of their expectations. Thank you for putting the course together. Oscar, I'm proud to tell you that so English isn't his first language. That's why there's a few mistakes here. I ended up training and he made 21% profit in 3 months. That's a little bit high. I mean, now it depends. Generally, you should aim for about 3 to 5%. If you're making 5 or 10% a month, then I think that you're taking too much risk. But maybe volatility was very high and then it ended up contracting. I know that in January, we made almost 10% because volatility contracted because it was so elevated from December. So if he made 21% in 3 months, then it's possible that he hasn't taken too much risk. 21 trades, he only had 1 losing trade, and it was because in the start I didn't follow the strategy. If I did, he would have 7% more profit. So maybe he'd have 28% profit and he'd have a 100% win rate. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Another satisfied customer. I don't think this guy's a customer, but he emails me a lot and he had some feedback. So he said, try Skyview trading with a friend of mine back east. That was a joke. Yeah, I made a video about Skyview trading. They are definitely, in my opinion, a scam. And I'm going to have more videos coming out about them. I actually took down that video about Skyview just because I didn't really want to seem like a hater. But I mean, look, if you guys want to sign up for them and waste your money, no problem. So let me see. So here's actually funny. So this guy canceled his subscription because he didn't want to pay the $349. But he said, you really impressed me. I did like the trial of your trade alerts this week. It was informative and I see how profitable it can be. Right now, my trading account is not large enough to cover the subscription cost, so I have to cancel. But I hope to subscribe once again. My account is growing sufficiently. In the meantime, I will study your course again. So he took the course and the trade alerts 1 week. He took the trial and then he canceled. Hey, look, no problem. If you want to take the trial and it's only $19 for 7 days and then you want to cancel, no problem. I'm completely cool with that. Also, if at any time you want to speak with me, you can go to BestStockStrategy.com. Actually, you can. I'll put the link in the description below. I sell increments where you can speak to me for 30 minutes at a time. I think the price right now is $249, but that price is subject to change at any time. So if you want to speak with me on a phone call, then I'll put the link below, and then we can chat. We can chat about anything, whether it's mental health, options trading, investment banking, getting a finance job, anything you want. Here's something from Rod. He has a small $3,000 account. He asked me some questions. He said he's an alerts member. He said he's a little bit more cautious now pulling the trigger on my cash account because he lost so much money when he was an options alpha member. He is a trade alerts member. Here's Dennis. So again, this is another situation where he has a very small account, but he canceled, but he also recognized the value and he appreciated how much value I bring to the table to all of my students. I love your approach, energy, and dedication. Your approach is so close to what I've been trying to do and failing because I didn't get sizing right or have the required perseverance. You've given me renewed confidence. I fully understand why you charge the rate, and I believe it is worth it. I will most certainly happily continue with the alerts if I could afford it, but I simply can't afford close to $350, so reluctantly I will not continue during the present time. Then I put the cancellation link in the email. It's on the bottom of your introductory email. You can cancel at any time. It's super easy. You just press the button and then you press cancel and then it's done. But this guy, he expressed his appreciation for the value that I provided. He asked to cancel via email and then I emailed him back and then I canceled it. No problem. Not a problem. I appreciate that he expressed gratitude and appreciation for the value that I provided. Ian, the course was great. So I don't think he's an alerts member, maybe, but he took the course, he learned a lot and started putting the principles into practice. As I said, if you're trying to do everything yourself, you're definitely costing yourself money, you're missing out on opportunities, you're not making as much money as you can, and you're also making a lot of mistakes. Been closing out trades early, reduce my risk. I know we keep the premium. So then he asked the question for a quick follow-up for the alerts. Let's see, Carlos. So for him, he wrote, I don't think Carlos is an alerts member at all. Maybe he took the education. He said, you're the only person out there that really cares and actually likes to help on what you can. I really respect that about you. Hopefully I'll be in your shoes one day helping out people too, but first I need to help myself before I help others. I see and agree with what you teach. I've been watching your YouTube videos. Thank you so much, Carlos. I appreciate you. So he actually took the trial. I think what happened here is that Carlos was emailing me like 10 times. And then I just kind of got a little bit, I was like, okay, dude, listen, you have to make a decision. Yes, no, no. Because I have a lot of students and I can't email back and forth with people tremendously. I'm not here to convince you whether you should invest in yourself. I know that I provide the absolute best product available. There's no one out there that provides a better product than I do. So it's no problem. You want to email me 1 or 2 or 3 times, I'm going to respond to you. But I can't make the decision for you. And I think that what happened in Carlos's case was he just couldn't make a decision. He was emailing me 10 times. And I was like, dude, yes, no, no. Just make a decision. It really doesn't matter to me what you do. If you don't want to invest in yourself and you don't want to learn a valuable skill that you can monetize and use to make money, no problem. It's not going to make or break me whether you buy the course or whether you invest in the alerts. I'm already a multimillionaire. And the point of that is that I deserve that because I busted my ass and worked incredibly hard. During my early 20s, I did 100 hours a week by working as an investment banker. I was shitted on by Jeff O'Malley when I was working at CIBC World Markets. I worked in multiple groups at CIBC. I also worked at one of the most prestigious M&A boutiques on Wall Street at Petsky Prunier. I paid my dues. So, it really, the reason I'm telling you this is that I want you to invest in yourself. I'm here to help you. I can hold your hand once you're a student and answer your questions, but I can't make the decision for you. I'm here to provide as much value as possible. And irrespective of your past experiences, whether you've had good experiences or bad experiences, I will be there to make sure that you learn this valuable skill on how to monetize the income that you have and learn how to trade options profitably. But just like Carlos, don't email me 10 times because if I feel like you're wasting time or you're wasting my time, I'm going to tell you, dude, I'm either going to block your email address or I'm just going to stop responding. All right, Doug, he's currently a student. He said, I have a son from a former marriage who works in property management. This was a very kind email. It made me feel good. If I had a son like you who's helping others in spite of the challenges you have shared with your audience, I would be very proud of you. Warm regards and deep admiration. Thank you. That really makes me feel good. It really does. Because I have been through a lot. I've battled with depression, OCD, anxiety, and a lot of that was self-induced. Because I remember I put so much pressure on myself from trying to get really good grades at Cornell to then working as an investment banker to try to prove to my father that I was super intelligent or as intelligent or more intelligent than him. And it was almost like a competition. and I put too much emphasis on external means of validation. I think that was a big mistake, and that led to me, that definitely led to me encountering more stress and more anxiety than I should have encountered. In fact, what I should have done is just focus on something that I was passionate about in my early 20s and been content with earning like $40,000. There's no need for me to make $200,000 when I was 20 or 21 years old. There was just no need, because I sacrificed my health to do that. I would have been much better off now if I had sufficed and accepted making $30,000 at 20 in something that I really enjoyed and was passionate about, and then grew that at 20% a year and focused on something that I believed I could focus on for my career for the rest of my life. And right now I'd probably be worth like $100 or $200 million. I mean, I'm not complaining right now. I'm just saying that, it's always good to take the long game and not to try to see. This is what these suckers do. These fake gurus, they tell you that you can turn $5,000 into like $1 million, which is complete bullshit and a scam. You're never gonna make quick money. You have to focus on the long game and learn a valuable skill. And I made that mistake as well by trying to make quick money at 21, 22. And that's why, like, I'm not worth 20 or 30 times more than I am, or more than I should be. If I started at 20 and was making 30,000 and grew it at 20% and focused on my career, I'd be worth a lot more now. All right, so where was I? Doug or Justin? Just wanted to say thanks. I enjoyed the alerts. He made 2.8% in 1 week. He had very little background in stocks and zero in selling options. I realize most weeks won't be like this, but man, I'm thrilled with that. I know I didn't overextend my positions either, so he minimizes risk. I appreciate what you're doing, and I know you put in a lot of time into your students. Looking forward to more videos as we go along. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Justin. So Eric1, just want to drop you a quick note to thank you for all your advice. My micro account has been doing well since I started back in November. So remember, November and December was a very bad. October was extremely volatile, but December was horrible. He started in November. He's still learning. He's an alerts member. He's been an alerts member for, I think, 3 or 4 months, or maybe 2 months, I guess, since he started in November. He's up around it says $879. I think he sent this to me probably January. So he sent this to me like in January of 2019, and he made around $879, and he has around $3,000 in his account. So let's see what Eric 2 is. My pleasure. Feel free to use this as training testimonial for evidence that your strategy works, even for the little guys, gals out there that can only do 1 or 2 positions at a time. Yeah, so thank you so much. He's doing extremely well. Jason made 28% in January. He's an alerts member. So I said, hey, you're not going to make 28% every single month. You'd be the richest person alive in a few years, but yeah, it's a testament to trading small. He understands that. Don't try to be too aggressive. You're not going to make 28% every single month. It's going to leave you broke because you're going to take too many risks. But if you can make like 3 to 5% a month, then you're golden. That would be amazing. So Kurt, first 3 trades, JP Morgan, SPY, and Facebook calls. So far, so good. I'm a little nervous, so we'll be using spreads. That's totally fine. We trade a lot of spreads. Just to be clear, your program to date is the only one that has made me money. I know I'm brand new at this, but I thought I owe you a gratitude of thanks. A few screenshots for you as well. Thank you so much, Kurt. This is a while ago, I think. Yes, back in December. Brad, I absolutely love the training course like a sponge. I'm absorbing a lot of information. I really like the phone call conversations and got a lot out of it so far. Being so busy and always on the go, I really appreciate the audio content approach. For me, it's a lot better and more convenient compared to having to sit down and absorb a lot of reading material. A lot of people don't like the audio calls. I've debated taking them out, but I think having the education course as is currently constituted is audio, video, a presentation, and some text. I've added a lot more video content recently, but I did consider taking out the audio content, but I decided to leave it in just for that specific purpose where you can listen to it on the go. So yeah, it has audio, it has video, it has a presentation, and it also has a lot of written content. The course is extremely well constructed. It's 11 emails, one email a day over 11 days, because when you read something, you go through one lesson and then you sleep on it, it forces the information into your long-term memory and allows you to understand the material better. So I don't like people who inundate themselves by just giving you everything. Instead, this is it drips the content to you. And I've tested it with hundreds of students, and this is by far the most effective way. So you get 11 lessons over 11 days, and it is set up in a way to maximize your ability to recall and to learn the information without overwhelming yourself. So anyway, back to the email. He wrote, "For me, it's a lot better and more convenient. Once I'm finished with the entire course, I'll review everything and develop a list of questions. At that time, a phone call would probably be a good idea. Thanks so much. I've tried many training courses, subscription services, training software over the years. I've spent tens and tens of thousands of dollars, with unfortunately little or no success. You and your service is completely different and set apart. I'm excited and very confident that this is what I've been searching for many years. Much success to you." Thank you, Brad. Michael wrote, "I love the course. The positive was that it was easy to understand and definitely made the process much easier. I'm looking forward to subscribing to your trade alerts as soon as my internet is," sorry about that, it's kind of annoying, "is reestablished. I really do not have any negative comments to make. Thanks again for all your help and information." Cool. And then the last one is from Ryan. Ryan, this is an older testimonial, said, "Ryan, thanks for your advice and for your knowledge and all the questions that I've had. The information that you have sent to me has so far worked out really well, and your recommendations, I've made well over $10,000 in the last 20 days. It's nice to work with someone who cares about the welfare of others and has the ability to explain why and how to make appropriate trades. I'm looking forward to continuing to learn from you. If I have any more questions, I'll let you know. I will give you another update at the end of the month." I have students who have just $2,000. I also have students who paper trade and don't have anything. And I also have students who have millions of dollars. So you can learn this valuable skill, and it really doesn't matter how much money you have if your goal is to learn a valuable skill. That being said, it definitely impacts the amount of money that you'll make. So if you have $1 million and you make 3%, then you're going to make $30,000 that month. If you have $2,000 and you make 3% a month, then you're only going to make $60 that month. So it definitely impacts the amount of returns. But I can tell you that you can learn this skill and utilize it to juice your returns, because at this time you might have $2,000, but next year you might have $10,000. And then that same 3% that you were making when you had $2,000, which is just $60, if you make 3% when you have $10,000, then suddenly you're making $300 a month. That's a decent amount of money. But more importantly, at least you're not day trading where you're going to lose all your money. I read a study recently that was done from, I think some of the people who did it were Berkeley professors, and 359,000 out of 360,000 day traders lost money. And the top 500 out of 360,000 day traders, they made 5% over alpha, 5% alpha, which means that they made 5% over holding an SPY index. You will not make money by day trading. You will not make money by buying options. The only way that you're going to make money consistently in the stock market, where you have a statistical probability of earning consistent profits, is by turning yourself into the casino, turning yourself into the insurance company, and selling option premium. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you. Hey, look, I'm cheap too. I wear the same clothes every day. I don't go out and buy expensive cars. That stuff just not important to me. But I can tell you that if you choose to invest in yourself and you buy the program, the education course, and you subscribe to the alerts, I will not let you down. I respect and value the trust that you place in me, and I will work incredibly hard to make sure that you learn this incredibly valuable skill so that you can juice and consistently earn money in the stock market. And you can also utilize this as a way of increasing your income. And you can trade options in like 15, 20 minutes a day. That's it. You can work at your regular job. You can work at your side hustle. You can stack money away and you can learn how to earn anywhere from 30 to 50% every single year. And like I said earlier, I don't like spending money on frivolous educational programs either, but in this situation, the reason why my students continue to pay me every single month is that they derive substantially more value than I provide them. So you can go to beststockstrategy.com, you can enter in your email address and receive over $400 worth of free training materials. I'm also going to put a link below if you want to speak to me on the phone. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help you. I just received this email about an hour ago from Ash. He's an alert student. He also took the education course. He wrote, "Hi David, just wanted to acknowledge your thoughts, ideas, and strategies on the discipline of trading, etc. Had a very good week selling premium thanks to your guidance. Have a great weekend." And I receive around 5 or 6 of these emails every single week. And I just want to let you guys know that for every student who initially overcomes that objection of signing up, that uncertainty of whether they can begin trading profitably or whether they should put their faith and confidence in me, whether I'm legitimate or whether I'm just trying to take their money and scam them, I can tell you that all of them who decide to take that plunge, whether it's only signing up for that $19 initial trial for 1 week, they all have their expectations exceeded because I work incredibly hard to exceed the expectations and make them substantially more money than they pay me. My students make the election to pay me every single month for the trade alerts. And obviously, if they weren't making more money than they're paying me, then they wouldn't continue to pay me. So I just wanted to reiterate and show this because this email came in about 10 minutes after I completed the last video. And I receive a lot of these videos, or rather, I receive a lot of these types of thank you emails and these appreciative emails because, as other people have said, that I'm changing people's lives by teaching them that they can make money consistently and also saving them from being ripped off from day trading or penny stock trading or trading Forex or any of that other stuff. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. You can go to beststockstrategy.com and enter in your email address and receive $400 worth of free training and also find information on how to enroll as a student. And I'm here to help you.